Hello everyone. As you can see, the fountains and courtyard are well underway, but I have got a problem. And it's to do with this mini pyramid over here. So first of all, I'm going to show you what it's like from the bottom. Oh, ignoring this bit, that was me attempting to fix my problem. Doesn't look too bad. Everything's fine, right? It has smooth diagonal edges. But when you look at it from the top, the edges of the concrete disappear here. It just goes back to being jagged. And I thought while I fix this, it would be a good opportunity to make a video about these mini pyramids and how to build them, because apparently I don't know. I think I've worked out what the problem is, so I'm just going to build one from scratch and we'll see how it goes. I even got out my fairly silent mouse for this video because I knew there'd be a lot of clicking. And then I realised it had been in the drawer for many months turned on, so it's very dead. But everything's alright now. I'm probably going to cut some of this out because it is not a fast process. But it will cover the basics. It's made out of these two different shapes of carpenter's blocks, just the normal slopes. So as well as creating a smooth pyramid on the outside edge, I also have to do it on the inside as well. I don't know if anyone ever actually noticed, but the pyramid viewed from the inside is actually slightly smaller than the pyramid is viewed from the outside. They're in fact two different pyramids just squashed together. I quite like this as it is. It looks like some kind of wicked basket that we're going to put horrible things in. Or Easter eggs. Or both. Okay, we've got our nice Easter basket pyramid here. And if I go under there to punch the floor out, I won't know where it is, so let's grab a compass. Alright, that can go there for now. It was so funny the first time I saw someone using a compass for that. There was this guy that joined the server, I think his name was Sean, and he was a coder from one of the big minigame servers, I can't remember which one. But he came on and had a look around. And then he suddenly started teleporting through walls and I freaked out thinking he was hacking or something, or doing something that I didn't know about, but no, he was just using the compass to do fairly normal things apparently. So that's how I learnt about that. He also encountered a workbench in one of the mods and thought it was a chair, which I thought was quite funny. I even drew very bad artwork of that moment. I don't know if I've still got that, but if I do, it's definitely going in the Louvre. It was just all around hilarious. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than it looks. I always think it's funny on the old one when you see the zoomed out screenshots and the small pyramids look really small, but in fact they're 14 by 14, which is almost the size of one chunk all to themselves. But there's a weird shadow on this one. Oh, it's because these are there, okay. Panic over. I know I haven't made a video about our lighting engine yet, but if there's a shadow where there shouldn't be, or a light where there shouldn't be, then we've got major problems. Someone left a comment on the last video saying that it's going to take ages or something to that effect, and they are correct. It'll take even more ages if we keep lagging like this. It's nothing to do with the server, it's just the particular amount of RAM I have on this PC. Sometimes it takes a while to catch up. And also it sounds like it's about to take off because we're currently in our first heat wave of the year. Right, we need blocks. Let's run on over here and steal them. So we want this one. And then we want this floor one, that's the next layer up, which I'm just going to grab from up here. And we don't need the compass anymore because we've got an opening now. Oh. Famous last words. And then the texturing process, which is exactly the same thing as placing, just all over again. Well, for these ones at least. For the actual pyramid ones, it gets even worse. Did I just place... Oh. I thought I placed an invisible block, but I'm not even using the invisible block yet. Alright, this is the point where the other one broke, because I think I used the wrong block. Right, here's the problem here. We have two invisible blocks that we use on this server. They're both normal blocks, but we just deleted the texture for, or made transparent. We have the technical block, which is opaque, it blocks light, and it also joins to other solid surfaces, so you can actually use it as an X-ray machine. It's not very effective because there's nothing down there, but that does that. And then we've got the transparent one, which is just invisible and lets light through. Doesn't do much. And these carpenter's blocks are like glass. If you make a cube of them, you will only see the outside edges. They're all connected in the centre. And I think actually all of Minecraft's blocks are probably like that. But you just can't see it on the opaque ones because they're opaque, obviously. And I think what I did in that one over somewhere, is it over here? I think it's over that way. I think I used this one, the opaque one, which would mean, yeah, if I use the opaque one to texture these carpenter's blocks, it deletes the top texture from the one below. If I use the transparent one, hopefully we won't get that problem. Oh, this is where I'm going to place random invisible blocks and not know until the end. Please function. Yay. So this has in fact solved our problem. Except the problem that I'm going to spend the next probably about 10 or 15 minutes fixing up this pyramid. The first step in any great build, rendering it invisible. Actually true for quite a few things. Oh, that's not good. Excuse me? Oh, I placed myself inside an invisible block and I couldn't see anything. Make it make sense. So now it's time to render the outside of this pyramid invisible. And you're probably thinking what the hell is going on, but there's a reason for this. We technically have an infinite amount of custom textures that we can add to the game using the carpenter's chisel. But if you add them on over a carpenter's block that's already got a texture on it, they fight. I could probably show this actually. Right, that one's got a texture on it. And let's... Excuse me? And it's not doing anything. Okay, that's not a good sign. Let's start. I'm trying to explain something smart. Now, let's try this actually. We can give that limestone, because that's quite contrasted. Oh, it works fine on these, I just remembered. Yeah, this works fine. You can put any sort of overlay over any block you want. But when it's one of these ones and there's things at an angle, then it kind of clips through. So it's just a standard if you're using a custom texture from that set, just to make everything visible first, and then the only texture that will end up showing up is the one that you use on the chisel. I'm going to make a separate video about the main pyramid because it's not even built out of the same type of carpenter's blocks as these ones. And I will explain why in that video. Wonderful, we now have our invisible double pyramid. We now have the floor not glitching where the pyramid is. So let's begin. You know, I'm really going to stop the daylight cycle at some point. That'll be useful. And now we just have to scroll through all of these until we find the right texture that we want to apply to it. Yeah, it's that one with the bottom on it. The good thing about this is once you've got one on, it copies it to the next one in just one click. One thing I don't like about these smaller pyramids now is because I've shrunk them, the edges here, or the corners, don't line up with the black lines, which wasn't the case for the previous ones. But I think it looks alright. So here we have it, one perfect pyramid. We just need to copy and paste it where the other should be. And I'm going to fill in the floor as well, because otherwise it'd just be copy and pasting that and that'd be more work later, and why did I just do that? Why is it not placing... oh. Well, at least this is easy, now I know how it's done. This requires deep thought. So there's the first corner. There's 2 layers deep that we need. I'm just going to leave that one out. And to make it easy, I'm going to copy it from this side. So I'm standing on the block in front of where it needs to go. 1,296 blocks. That's insane. Such a small area. And with any luck, if I stand right here and paste it, it should be where it needs to be and not be broken. There we go. Magic. Alright, don't need this anymore. So I'm quite happy with how things are coming along now that horrible mistake is fixed. I was going to call it a bug, but it's not a bug, it's a feature that I used incorrectly. The only thing that's annoying about them is that they're so close to the fountains, but I think that can be forgiven. They'll be fine. There's still like 2.5 blocks and this diagonal route you can take, so it's good. I'm sure no one is going to scrutinise that much. Outrage in the comments. Oh. Outrage from the server.